I've been getting a ton of questions about what do I think about Seatin quitting the game. What do I think about what Fox Next is doing with this game? Do I think this game is going to be around a year from now? Am I going to quit the game? Or am I going to quit having coverage on the game? And a lot of people have been asking me these questions. And so I thought I'd make a video to address that because I haven't made a video in a couple days. And frankly, I'm a little bit upset with the game, especially since global launch of the game. The game has been in this downward spiral of bad decision after bad decision, changing things just for the sake of changing things. And the thing that confuses me the most about this game is that they changed so many things. How can they possibly know what was the thing that they changed that made the game a lot worse? Hard to say, because in beta, the game was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a fantastic game to play. I love Marvel. I love Hero Collector games. I love this style of game, but it's been in a weird place for the last couple of months. Now, I want to give context of where I'm coming from. I cover mobile games, and I play another game that is identical to this game. This game is a almost blatant ripoff of two big games. I've covered games like Marvel Future Fight, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Marvel Contest of Champions, and Star Wars Force Arena. And I'm going to compare this game to those games. And in a lot of ways, this game is in a very bad place. Now, I am a numbers guy. I was a stockbroker, a financial planner for better part of 10 years. And so a lot of this stuff that we're going to talk about in this video, for me, has to do with charts and rankings and things like that. That is stuff that I want to talk about. But let's talk about the news. And we're talking about Polygon. Marvel Strike Force microtransactions going beyond the mobile standard. 100% agree with this. A $99 Kree pack that does virtually nothing at all is just bad PR. It is terrible. This article also talks about Seatin quitting the game, and I have to say I 100% agree with his decision, and if I was him, I would have made the same exact decision. I'm in a slightly different position as him, and even though I share a lot of the same feelings that he does, I'm not going to be quitting this game. If I had a strike on my channel that was caused by nightly gaming and I wasn't getting paid to make videos, and I had a highly successful channel covering Marvel Contest Champions where the game is fun and doesn't have horrible developers or horrible decisions, that the products team, the people that control the financial decisions, are terrible. This game is not good. If I were Seatin, I would certainly move on. It makes sense. I'm sticking around a little bit longer because I want to see where this game goes. I like the game. The game is right up my alley, and I strongly feel if they don't change things quickly and revert things to more of the style the way it was in the pre-launch beta, yeah, the game might not be around because people are going to leave. But we got this Polygon article. We got this blatantly greedy decision right here from Critical Hit. Boy, this seems like a bad time in the cycle of games to be ultra greedy with microtransactions. When you got people like the legislative branch of Hawaii looking to dig deep and come after companies like EA. And I don't know how to say this, but Fox Next makes EA look like saints when it comes to microtransactions and consumer friendliness. I've never seen anything like this. However, that being said, I still think the game's going to be around a year from now, and I'll go into the details why. Here's another article right here. Game Fragger, I've never heard of this one. Marvel Strike Force is causing player rage with outrageous microtransactions. These are serious PR problems. I want to read this, or briefly look at this right here. And this was their response to the outrage with Deadpool and the pack pricing. And I do like what they say in this post, but I don't trust them anymore. You know, I want to see actually what they actually do rather than what they say, but they don't say anything. And that's my frustration, is I really just want them to communicate more. And I think everybody will be happier if they do communicate more. We're going to just read this. Blah, 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 blah. You guys are upset. We're greedy. We get that you think we're greedy. And we're going to try to be not as greedy. Prove it. And we're going to communicate more. Prove it. Okay, I mean, that's where we're at right now for me, is show me. I want to see it. Show me. Do something. I like everything that this post says. There's really nothing bad. You know, they reversed the Deadpool rewards. They're decent now. And they said, following that, our focus shifts to bringing lasting change to the quality of Marvel Strike Force, delivering better gameplay experience, greater fulfillment from your investment, time, and or money. That means committing to keeping the quality of raids consistent for existing in-game events like raids, events, and blitzes. Why am I giving them props for doing something that they should already do? That's the real question here. This just seems like an obvious thing. Like I said, you guys make EA look like saints, frankly. And keep in mind, this is, I've been to their headquarters 4 times. And largely when I go to their headquarters, I met, hey, these are nice people, really smart people, especially Jason. That guy is an amazing guy, has a lot of passion about the game, and the art people and everybody over there are just great people. But the way that I don't know if it's the products team or whoever's in charge of making money, it just seems insanely greedy and unfun. It means delivering better value of offers across the board. Wow. We'll go and look at the offers here in a minute. Balancing the value of offers and the value of time spent playing while keeping the game challenging and fun is, for everyone, is tricky. We want to be clear, the balance will always be a top priority. The Nick Fury event, I don't like that event. My problem with the event is not only unlocking these characters, but the characters are so bad. Cream minions are horrible, and it just doesn't make any sense. I don't want these cream minions. I've got 5 of them at 4 stars right now, and I can't even finish that event to get the Mega Orb. I don't want to dump gold into characters that are terrible. And I'm just going to wait. Maybe I'll get them in October. That's fine. And they're already talking about raising the level cap to 70. I need a breather. I need to catch up on what I have right now. And what nobody's talking about is the advanced basic catalysts. If I was granted 1,000 advanced basic catalysts in my account today, it would do nothing. I need 10,000 of them. That's just a real lazy way of bottlenecking the game. It's pretty obvious what's going on with gold and not being able to get the stars and the characters, but the gear crunch is what really grinds me the most. Especially when they were threatening of nerfing characters that I had dumped so many of them into, and I'm so glad that they're reversing it. So, right here says they want to communicate more, and I just want to echo this post right here because this was the most upvoted post, and consistency in communication is the key here. Don't push to live literally any change without some form of communication. Hey, Distro developers, you can do whatever you want with your game, but I think this is a very good suggestion. Do what you want. It's your game, your livelihood. I know you really want to get that $800 million like Kabam did when they sold Contest of Champions to Netmarble. I know you're thinking about it because you worked there, but consistency in communication, pushing live, just a random thing. I mean, I feel like it's so erratic and I never know what's going on and the decisions don't make sense. At least some context of why you're doing something would be insanely helpful. And Reddit is fine, but Reddit posts are hard to find once they fall off the front page. Why wasn't this post on your forums or on your website? I just don't understand their communication model. I can disagree with their stinginess and their offers and their raid rewards and the nerfs, in my opinion, but no communication just seems like the most basic thing to do. Everybody agrees on this. This is not a controversial idea. It's not me just wanting better rewards or being unhappy with your products team on how to do things. Communication just seems so good. A furtive text to a content creator doesn't count. I agree. I know that they've leaked information, they dripped information to Casino, and that's fine that they're telling somebody, but I don't know why you want to just tell everybody. Level 70 is coming. Okay. I want to see it. I know Casino knows. I know it's happening soon. But that is not very good. A new thread here or post on the dev blog or in-game email. Better yet, start an official forums. Why don't they have an official forums? There are lots of relatively free forums out there. Or hell, start your own official Discord. Every change needs communication and rationale. Like I said, you don't have to, but this is common sense. I mean, this is more or less an RPG. I mean, it's a complicated game. It requires interaction with people. It requires a community. And if the idea is to build a community building, communication is key. Take the DP raids issue that ended up costing 2 of your top content creators. It's clear you meant to release El Scorcho raid as this raid went live, but something happened. You weren't able to. You had already adjusted the rewards to the new top raid, El Scorcho, was supposed to be the new chase. With it failing to make the build, you were left with En Fuego, the raid. Everyone used to being the top raid with pathetic rewards. Communication at or before this went live might have helped curb some of the justifiable anger everyone felt in seeing the new DP raid. You're giving away many more free DP shards than you would have cost you if you kept the raids with reasonable rewards and communicated with us. 100% agree. I just don't know why this wasn't a thing from the beginning. 6 months ago, or longer. Do something, please. So the big question is, do I think the game will be around a year from now? And I do. Well, not if they keep doing the things the way they do it, but I have pretty intimate knowledge of 4 games: Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Marvel Contest of Champions, Star Wars Force Arena, Marvel Future Fight, and the bottom purple is Force Arena, which is still in existence, and it does not do well. And this is the grossing numbers for the last 90 days. So I'm going to take Star Wars Force Arena out of it. Now, Marvel Future Fight is a game that is going strong. And, back in the day, I wondered if they were going to go out of business. But no, they're still going. And I consider it to be moderately successful. I mean, it's still running, but so is Star Wars Force Arena. Then we got to go. We're going to take Future Fight off this list. We're going to talk about 2 games that are wildly successful: Marvel Contest of Champions and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And the teal bottom line for the large part is Marvel Strike Force. And you can see, like right here on any given day, Marvel Strike Force is keeping up. Galaxy of Heroes was number 6. Strike Force was 37. Contest Champions is 31 in games. And it seems like Marvel Contest of Champions and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes kind of trade places quite a bit. Sometimes Galaxy of Heroes does better based on promotions, but largely those 2 games are considered to be wildly successful. So I think whether or not Marvel Strike Force is going to be around a year from now is irrelevant. It 100% will be here a year from now. The question is it going to be a Force Arena or a Marvel Future Fight type game? Or is it going to be wildly successful like Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Contest of Champions? And the answer is up to the developers. They continue doing things like this and creating PR nightmares. It will be a Star Wars Force Arena or possibly a Marvel Future Fight type of game, as opposed to a Contest of Champions or Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So, I want this game to be successful, but with what they're doing right now, it's almost too little too late. They need to get on the ball. Now, I don't think people are quitting the game in droves. If I look at the leaderboards and I look at the top 100, everybody's still in guilds. And if we go down a little bit further, we're going to see one person who's not in a guild, and that is Seatin. He's here in the 50s. So everybody's still in games, okay? So Seatin has quit the game. He's one person out of the top 100 so far. And as we go down, not seeing it, not seeing it, not seeing it, not seeing it, not seeing it. People are still playing the game. Now I look at myself at 207. Now what I've noticed lately, which I want to say is a case for that the game is doing fairly well successfully, is that I spend a little bit of money in the game, but I'm getting passed up by spenders right now that started at global launch. And I've been pushed from 170 to 207 in the last week, not because of inactivity or anything like that, but because people that spend tons of money, and I see names on this list of people that I recognize from other games that are spending and moving up on this list. And I think here at this part in the top 200, I only see, let's see, there's an MMX guy right there. I think there's one name on here that's someone that has quit the game. There I am, Hydra 207, MMX again. I saw the Mighty Calorians, a guy that I actually have recognized. Cap right there, that's someone that's quit the game. You could tell. Doc, I actually know who that guy is. He's a big spender in another game. And I don't see the game dying and shriveling and going away. It's really at a turning point of what kind of game it's going to be. Is it going to be wildly successful? And I think it has the opportunity to do that because it's a format that is proven to be successful through Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That's a successful game. This is a copy of that game. It should be successful, and I believe it's tied to a more successful franchise. Clearly, Marvel is a powerful force of huge amount of fans at a time where Star Wars, you know, a lot of people are upset with the franchise. If we look at the last couple of movies that have come out from both franchise, I think Marvel is a clear-cut better franchise to be successful. So I'm going to stick it out. I can't say for how long. If this game becomes tedious and they keep making changes that just don't make any sense, that are not consumer friendly, I'm not going to want to play the game. The 2-hour blitz thing probably has been the most discouraging thing for me so far. I don't have time. Who has time to play constantly that actually spends money in this game? I don't know who your target market is, but anybody that can play this game continuously is probably unemployed or a student. And why would you make that change? I don't understand that kind of stuff at all. And how do you know if that change hurt the game or helped the game? Because you've made so many changes. So many changes since the beta. It's so hard to know what people like and don't like. So please communicate more.